Corza with the cross angle. Martin, 20 seconds. The fuse on the ground. Corza finds one. Can he touch it down? 15 seconds. Can he find the kills he needs? He sees the player in trouble. That's 51. Not an hand. They have to get the kills here. They have to stop.
And welcome back, everyone, to another play day of the SSA Super Series. I'm joined for, I believe, is this the first time by Aldo here on my right? I don't know if that's your left, but hey, we're here, and we're here to cast some brilliant Siege. We've got Boolin versus Xhail here for you today. Now, I believe both of these teams have already made it through to the playoffs, but these guys want to see what they're up against. They want to test the waters, see what the level of play is like here in Group A, because both of these teams topping the charts game after game. This should really be an interesting game, Aldo.
I think it's going to be very interesting. It's two top teams. Both teams, Xhail currently first in their group, with Boolin third. Boolin, however, they have a few games to catch up this weekend. Xhail, they just have to play Boolin today and Levitate, which I think they are playing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So, two tough games for Xhail that they left with to the last weekend. But with Boolin still having a few games left, I feel like this game, it's going to be between Boolin, Xhail, and Levitate to challenge for that first place. This weekend we're going to see it unfold. Everyone left their big games for this weekend, so it's exciting for us to see it happen. We'll hopefully be able to stream all these big games, but yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game today.
And you know, making it through to the playoff stage is big, but you also really want to push for that first and second spot. Explain to us why these teams really still have an incentive to play, even though they might be in the top four and they might be safe from being knocked out here.
So you really want to be in first if you want to pick any position, because you'll play fourth in the opposite group. So the two teams playing here today, the team that wins will be in a good position to be in that first place spot, and then they'll play whoever's fourth in Group B, which is still in the air. We're not still sure, but it'll give you the best advantage to win your one playoff game and go to that LAN.
Oh, most definitely. And really everyone is gunning for that LAN. And let's just take a look at both of these teams. Who's going to be competing here today? We've got Boolin, we've got Xhail. The X's confused me, but hey, we've got Mario, Mystic, Airy, Minted, and Divan showing up for Boolin, the ex-BVD stack. They have claimed names, they have claimed titles, and here they are to claim the heads of Xhail.
Yeah, these are some big names, some old names in the Siege scene. We've seen these players play in how many tournaments now, and they always perform. They are a very, very capable team. It's going to be a tough challenge for Xhail, but Xhail, they've been on a good run so far in this tournament. So I think it's going to be very, very tough to decide, you know, who's gonna win this match.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, really, both of these teams are equally stacked. Xhail have been performing as of late, whereas Boolin, they've been performing for the last 3 years. Regicide to Bravado to Boolin. They've got the Clash Royale laughing emoji to tout it all. If that doesn't describe their playstyle, I don't know what does. But Mario here is the kill leader for them. Currently is sitting on a 1.47, 22 kills and 15 deaths throughout, I believe, the 5 games they've played. So nothing to scoff at. It's got about 1,300 hours in this game. My oh my. Oh, correction, 4 games they've played, so even more impressive.
Yeah, I think they got one forfeit win as well. I think if you're counting that in, I think they may... Wait, let me just double check. Yeah, they actually only played 3 games.
Okay.
The one was a forfeit win. So yeah, those are stats from just 3 games, which is pretty impressive. And with them obviously playing quite a few games this weekend, those numbers will definitely skyrocket. But we'll update them next week for the playoffs and give you guys the full stats. But let's look at Xhail. What's their lineup for today? Danny, Paddy, Notshock, Skippy, Tilo. I was calling Tielo last time. Apparently it's Tilo. like with just
Like
ignore the
Bolo, but
A.
the
Yeah,
T.
exactly, like that. Yes. Um, so that is the lineup. I think it's the same as the last time we streamed XL, and this is a very, very good team.
Oh, definitely good. I mean, they've played 6 games. They have 17 points racked up. That means they've won in every single game, and they've won in overtime for one of them. They haven't lost yet. They literally haven't lost yet. Across 6 games, these guys have been performing. They've been putting up scores. Not shock. A 2.79 KD is one of the kill leaders here in this tournament. 39 stacked up there. My oh my.
That's a big number. That is a really big number. I must say, it must take a lot to get those stats against the teams that they've played. And Notchok has just constantly in every game performed. I don't think he's gone negative in one game so far, which is really really insane. And today he's gonna want to keep up that streak.
The only strange thing for me is that he has only 520 hours in the game. That's one off from the funny number, but it's not that many hours really. You compare him to what was it? I can't even remember the player's name who we highlighted on Boolin. He's got about 1300, 1400. So most of the players that we've seen, even on the lower level teams, of like between 900 and 1K. So that's the only stat that really shocks me. But then again, hours really mean nothing.
Yeah, I think it just gives a decent indication of how much time you spent, but also a lot of people play on different accounts,
Yeah.
so it's a bit of a very how can I say, conservative number. So,
Yeah.
but it's definitely on the lower end of players that we've had on our like MVP screens. So it's insane to see the stats that he's putting up. But today we'll see how does he fare against a team um, like Boolin, the quality that they have, the playstyle they have. But as we said, we don't know who's gonna win, and you guys have the same opinion. This social vote is
Ooh.
so close, 53% to 47%.
That is very interesting to me because Boolin, in my eyes, is one of the Twitter kings. Now, obviously, this poll was conducted on Twitter, and I would expect these guys have the biggest following, so I'm surprised they didn't get more votes, squeak it through. XL showing up with a 47, that is respectable. I really like the community showing up for them and actually deciding to vote for them.
Yeah, it's good to see their support, but I also think it's their support is warranted with their performance that they've put up in this
But yes.
tournament and in the few tournaments before this. They've really just showed they have the skills, they have the quality to put up really really good results in these tournaments. I think they've consistently been top four in the past few tournaments, so they've really hit the community or the comp community in Siege pretty hard, and they made their name known, and they're keeping that up in the Super Series.
Oh yeah, so let's see what map they're going to be playing on. That's always the interesting question for one of these. With the 9 map pool, it really is a toss-up. Boolin in the past, they've been one of the teams that actually likes the more experimental maps because they can just kill everybody and don't necessarily have to strat as much. But Xhail as well, we saw them have kind of an affinity for what was the last map we casted them on? It's falling me. I believe Oregon potentially, but Cafe, the first map taken off the board, saddens me. I am an absolute Cafe fan. But yeah, Cafe taken off. It's quite strange to me that it's also kind of falling by the wayside in the South African meta. Back in the day, the EU teams used to absolutely despise Cafe, whereas SSA, we loved Cafe. Strange to me that it's gone. Skyscraper as well, following suit. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, Skyscraper has not had any chance of play.
I'm
It's
pretty sure it's been
constantly,
banned within the first 4 picks.
yeah, almost every time.
So, I mean, Chalet joining. I don't think we only really saw the which game I can't. Oh, I've been casting games and already they are slipping my mind. We saw a Chalet game a few days ago where essentially it just came down to fragging, where yeah, that's just the aim of the map. But we won't see that Xhail maybe banning that out because they know Boolin will perform on there. Oregon taken off the board. Kind of strange for me for Boolin. I remember in the past under Regicide, that was a map they absolutely shined at. They took 7-0 after 7-0 on that map. Theme Park taken off the board. That's a sad one for me. It hits deep in the heart. I always want to see a Theme Park game, but I guess we're not going to be treated this time. Bank taken as well. So how many do we have now? We have 6 bans off the board. We're left with 3. I always keep saying Consulate. I need to remind myself it's not even in the map pool anymore.
Yeah, it's not
Clubhouse taken away. So what more do we have?
Border and Villa. Interesting. We had Villa in the last stream, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it was. So I wouldn't mind seeing some Border.
I don't really like Border that much, but it's a decent map. I just feel it gets kind of boring at times, but I trust one of these teams to throw a spanner in the works. There we go, Border banned, Villa picked. We should see some interesting play on here.
Yeah, so we're going back to Villa. Villa was very exciting to watch. That it was Lekker against who was it? Man, this is going to annoy me. Who did it was Lekker against someone else. But they put up such a great fight. They were the complete underdogs and they almost took it to overtime, which was really exciting to watch. So hopefully we get a similar game here. Some exciting siege.
Oh, it should definitely. Boolin versus Xhail, it's a matchup that I would have expected on LAN, maybe. But, you know, the treat of only 2 groups in the group stages, you're going to see these top 2 even teams facing off against each other, vying for mere points in a group stage, where later on it's going to mean so much more. So having this little slice of the cake, seeing what's to come, eventually during that LAN stage, I love to see it because in my eyes, both of these teams are making it to the LAN.
Yeah, Xhail, well, yeah, no, I would agree. I would love to see Xhail and Boolin at the LAN. They will put up a massive fight there. Xhail, they were a late pick in the group, so we actually didn't designate them at tier 1, tier 2. So that was quite interesting for the pool format and how it kind of played out. We at the beginning said that, you know, pool B was the group of death, but after Xhail was added to group A, it kind of evened it a little bit out between the 2 groups. And now we're seeing a great fight for that top 4, which is awesome to see. And Xhail, they've come out of nowhere and they are on first place, so they're really taking advantage of what they can do in this tournament. And hopefully they can get a good result today, and hopefully next week we see them qualify for the LAN.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't even going to be in this tournament at one point, switched over to CS allegedly from what I heard, and decided, well, let's give R6 a last run. You know, there's a LAN, we might as well enter and see if we make it there, and they are hot on track to make it there. But just talking about this group stage, so you've got Xhail, this is their 7th game out of a potential 8, because you can only play 8 in a group stage of 9 teams. So this is their 2nd to last game. They've only dropped 1 of their potential points. If they can come out of this game with 3 more points, in my eyes, that absolutely locks them for that first spot. You've got Levitate vying for it, but they've only played 5 games on 15 points, so sure, they haven't even dropped a single point, but they've got even more games to play with even harder opponents. Boolin here, in my eyes, they as well have not dropped a single point. They've played 4 times 3 is 12. They're sitting on 12 points. But these bottom, well, Levitate and Boolin, the lower tier, the lower ranked teams, they have way more games to still play. So a bit of, we don't know what's coming, where they have hard opponents to still face. So Boolin, this is kind of a must win for them if they want to lock number 1, number 2. Xhail, this is a, if you win, you are locked for first place. So, I mean, you always love to say, sure, teams maybe aren't going to throw everything at it. They're going to save strats. I don't think we're seeing that. For Boolin, we might be seeing that because from what I've heard, they don't really make strats. But you know, they might just whip out some things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about it being a best of one format, you don't give away too much when you
Oh
play
yeah.
these games, so you only expose yourself on one map. It's not like, oh damn, okay, if it's a best of three, we go all three maps. Oh no, there's three maps that's out in the public now, and they can see exactly what we've done. So that's the nice thing also about a best of one is you can still feel comfortable that you aren't exposing yourself too much for those teams who uh, for those teams who like saving their strats. But it's been great so far in this tournament that teams have been so open to being streamed and really just committing to bringing Siege to everyone who wants to watch it. So that's really great.
Was the rule of once you play a map, you can't play it in your following game implemented? I didn't actually follow up on that. Is that a rule within the tournament at this point for the group stage?
No.
Oh, okay,
Is
so it
is
was
that
never.
actually a rule in Pro League?
No, no, no. It was tried out last year at some point, and I thought we were going to use it. It's at some point in the tournament, but it's kind of arbitrary. I don't really like it that much. Yeah, and it's been dropped for most of the major leagues anyway. I
Okay.
was just thinking maybe that was there, and I was going to make the point that, they won't need to show two maps at least, but, a nine map will really, you have so much that you can just play and wait. You don't have to show anything. Nine maps. You can have what? Four default bans. What the hell? You can have four maps that for the entire group stage, for the entire playoffs even. You can just never show them, whip them out, and be like, yo, actually, we're gonna take you here and we're gonna beat you.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't really agree with that rule. Even if it was an option, I probably would not have put it in this tournament. Guys must just play whatever maps they want to, and it's great to see some of the plays that have come out from these teams. We've seen Clubhouse quite a bit. Villa we've seen three times now, actually. Oregon we've seen a few times. Yeah, I would love to see like I'm actually surprised Cafe has been banned out so quickly.
Yeah.
That's a map that you used to see quite often. Especially back in the 80K days, they loved playing Cafe. I remember that. And it was
Yeah.
exciting to watch. So it's quite surprising that it's been banned out so consistently and actually quite early as well.
Well, that's kind of the counterpoint to that is you had like three of the top four teams who were insanely good at Cafe and were confident in that, and I think that's kind of fallen away. Maybe Cafe was never that pick of, oh, the entire community just loves it. I think maybe just the top few teams were pushing it, and that made everyone think, okay, it's a better map. Everyone likes it because ATK were pushing it, Titan were pushing it. I think at one point, Regicide BVD team was pushing it. So, when you have a map like that, that the top three, four teams are pushing, then the bottom pack teams, they're kind of forced to as well start playing this map because if you want to beat the best, you got to play on their playing field as well and put up at least some sort of a scoreline. But we have most of the players joining in the lobby. We should be starting shortly. Just before we head into this game, Aldi, I know you don't really like to do predictions, but what do you think is going to come out of this game?
Um, I'm gonna take. Well, yeah, this is my official prediction. I think it will be 6 rounds to 8 in favor of
Okay.
Xhail.
Okay. Ooh, in favor of Xhail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. That's an interesting one. It seems Twitch chat completely disagrees with you. I think the poll just ended for us,
Yeah,
78%.
the poll's broken.
To
I'm sorry,
Boolin.
guys. Something is
What
wrong with
happened with the poll?
it. It doesn't. It's not a normal poll. It's just whoever votes in the majority just automatically wins after 10 minutes.
What?
I don't know what is happening with Twitch. Something changed with the
Okay.
polls in the past 2 days, so uh, I'm not really sure what's happening there. But at least people got some points, lost maybe some as well. um, but at least 70% of people won. But yeah, that's a bit odd. I don't really know what's happening there. I'll look into that afterwards. But I think we have everyone in the lobby now, except for Mario being on the wrong side. Uh, Mario, get back to your team. Um, yeah, I think we are all set. We also have Xhail starting on defense on Villa, so that's also going to be quite an important factor in this game. We've seen with the Lacquer game, the defensive half was quite strong on Villa, so yeah, that's just going to play slightly in the favor of Xhail.
I always contest the idea of starting on one side, that being a plus, because at the end of the day, if you want to really contest as an attacking team, you're gonna have a defensive side as well. So, tit for tat, I guess. I don't really think it makes that big of a difference, but Villa as well, to contest your second point. It's kind of defender's side, yes, but you see days and times where for some reason it just completely sways. I've seen Villa games where an attacking team takes 6-0 and then the side that takes the attack second swings it back 6-0. It's kind of an iffy map for me. It really depends on this ban phase, so let's see what these teams decide to take off.
Yeah, I think I always think back, to the days in comp where it was round for round, like every round you alternate between defense and attack. If you think way back.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like wait, what's happening in chat now? I'm just seeing L's. Is everything fine?
I think we're good.
W? Yeah, Eerie, W, we go with those. Yeah, so those days were quite interesting where you swapped around. Now, if you are very good, let's say you are like really good, well prepped on Villa and you start on defense, if you go like, if the split is 5-1 or 4-2, it's like almost a psychological thing where you build that momentum in the game. But also some teams, it doesn't really bother them because when they get on defense, they just like, okay, let's just do what we need to do. But yeah, sometimes just my personal view, it sometimes sucks that maybe if one team does very well on defense, the other team only has like 2 rounds to not make any mistakes, otherwise they lose. But I think on the pro level, or on the high level, these teams deal with it no problem really.
So the ban phase has elapsed, and this is one of the most interesting ban phases I've seen in quite a while, because think about this game. It's Xhail versus Boolin, 2 big fragging teams. What do you expect from them? Well, they're going to play to their own playstyle and play for frags, which operators have been banned, Lion and Finca, 2 of the biggest fragging-oriented game operators within the game right now. Finca, the LMG, we know how big that thing is, and Lion's EDD, where you can just push a button and reveal the location, fall upon a player, and kill him out. Valkyrie as well, no info feeding. What does this tell you? To me, it says this is going to be one of the most tactical games we have seen in quite a while. You have the Mirror, the Azami, the Kona stations, whatever you want to use to hunker down and defend a site. Equally, you've got Cade banned and a Thatcher on the board. So you can just you can have the defensive team set up such an my words are befuddling me. An intricate setup, and the attacking team actually has a chance to try and dismantle this. So to me, this is really going to come down to team play and strategic play.
Yeah, I think, and the Mirror coming out, that's still on the board. That's actually a big one. We saw Mirror being banned out in the previous game we watched, so it's going to be interesting to see how Mirror, changes this defense of Xhail.
Yeah, she's got an interesting setup. I'm gonna just put it that way. I see it at times on high level play, but haven't seen too much of it, especially here in SA. You reinforce a wall that would usually be left out for a rotation spot, but given the Thatcher still being on the board, you kind of have to accept that the walls are going to be open at some point, so why not open it yourself and use it to your advantage? That mirror window allows you to actually take pot shots towards the window on balcony, whereas the main balcony door is kind of free real estate for them to walk in. Though, how do they counter that? Tulo on the Tachanka is going to be using his flame charges to shut down that door, but from down below areas already lurked on in. His presence unknown, and he's on the hunt.
Yeah, he's not waited at all. He's just gone straight in. I'm just keeping an eye on him for any vertical nades if he wants to. I think he might opt to do some damage with those nades, but we just see Paddy also here, just confidently and just patiently sitting here and just waiting.
The fact to me that a minute has elapsed and no kill has happened, no real encounters from any of these players. They're all sitting and waiting, but Mystic finds Tulo, that's the Tachanka that was guarding top main stairs. That falling forces the roamer down below of Paddy to make a move, because the attackers are making their way onto the site, and indeed he finds one, shuts down Airy, decides to come back onto the site, because that's where the main collapse is happening. They've taken control of top stairs, as I highlighted, but now they're making their way onto site. With these open avenues, these open angles, the defenders are feeling this pressure.
Yeah, the pressure is coming through now with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. They still have a decent amount of time to make things happen, but the defenders just holding off.
Oh, the Mirror's been spotted and I believe killed. No, that's the Melusi to fall. The Mirror is still left in a position, but she is left kicking and fighting, screaming at that as the defense is falling by the wayside. Paddy, the one that got the first kill, now he needs to find 4 more.
This is going to be a tough one, 4v5. This is going to be nearly impossible for Paddy to bring it back.
He's gonna try, but really it's kind of unrealistic. The ace just swings into his angle, does so much damage, finds 1, but it is nothing in the grand scheme of things. So there we go, Boolin. A pretty good execute in my eyes. They took care of the roamer down below. They had control of the map from early on, and the collapse was an S-tier showcase of teamwork. A lot of signs pointing to the right thing, whereas for Xhail, I feel they were just uncoordinated. They weren't ready for the push coming from highway side, and that single play just kind of caught them off guard. I think this is a good sign for Boolin, but not necessarily a bad sign for Xhail just yet.
Yeah, the Ash there did wonders for his team to get this. I think he got 3. Yeah, Mystic got 3 kills there for his team. Really did so well in that Ash. Caused so much upset, but also they were playing so confidently in that round. They just went in, did what they needed to, connected their shots, and just closed off the round.
So, going back to the same bomb site, I think for them it's just an instance of the tiny things went wrong. I think they feel confident in the way they defended. We can see that through them while just setting up the same setup. The only real adaptation I can see in my eyes is Airy over on the Twitch, an operator that can be used to just shoot out those mirror windows. Obviously, they now know mirror is in play, so they might just try and play around that. Not necessarily the vertical again, where they were trying to stack nades from below. Now they're just going to go for the horizontal push and take care of that utility.
Yeah, we'll probably see Mystic here being very aggressive with his push. Drone himself out, just make sure there's no roamers lurking here.
Yeah, it's literally a rinse and repeat from Xhail. Paddy is the roamer once again. He's playing a bit further off than he was last time. Last time dancing kind of in Memorial, where now he's all the way down in Wine Cellars. It's going to be a deeper clear for Boolin if they want to actually take care of him. But I don't think they even have to. They can just roll these drones on in and try and take care of the main hold. Tulo, again, the player to hold onto top main stairs, this time situated on Legion, not the Tachanka anymore. Can he hold out for longer? Because him falling by the wayside last time was the big indicator for Boolin that they can actually make a move onto the mob side.
Yeah, the Boolin, they're doing a very similar push than last time. Ooh, Skippy almost getting Mystic off the board. I don't think he knew he was there.
Yeah, he was using some bullet holes all the way from bathroom onto the lobby area. Does good damage, but doesn't net the kill. So 2 players off of site, 3 left to hold on to this. As the Salmas are opening up the wall and the pressure is being felt, Paddy will make his way on to main stairs, tries to find one, but Minter just shuts him down.
Yeah, it's difficult with that nomad on the board to try and flank. It was always going to be difficult, but we still see Skippy here, just on the Melusi.
And they know he's there because they heard an MP5 now killing the...
I don't think they knew he was there.
Yeah. I mean, surely they had to. They knew of his presence earlier. I guess they just kind of forgot about him. But Divan won't forget about the player inside of Vault. That's Danny putting some pressure onto the board. Tulo finds one. That's an important kill now left. Boolin reeling.
Xhail just pulled this one back so well. He got air jabbed, I think, if I heard correctly, and just got 2 kills, or got a kill, and someone else on Xhail got another, and they just put themselves in a 2v3.
Yeah, Skippy's kill down below was so important because that little moment of unsuredness netted them a second even. Divan though locks it out, equalizes it out just a tiny bit. Tulo on site knows he can make a move at some point, but that is not just yet, as Mario finds another. Tulo left, stuck on the little corner of the bar area, playing behind the bar. All he's serving out is death as he chips down onto the first, but Divan to lock it out. Boolin are just in control of their attacks.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Xhail here. Boolin, I must say, they are very coordinated with their attacks on Velo so far. Drone were coming out, clearing the areas so quickly, and also opening up those walls without pause. Okay, they being so efficient with everything that they're doing so far, and they've not really had a problem with time at all, which is really good to see. And you can just see so far in this game, there's just that different level of siege that we're seeing.
It's kind of strange because they played the exact same defense for Xhail now, and Boolin reacted with the exact same attack. The first round, the main pivot point was Tulo on the Tachanka, losing his life quite early on. Sure, there was the roam presence down below where they found a kill, yes, but that didn't really matter. Where in the second round, Tulo was left alive, but the roam from down below struck at their hearts. They were left reeling, and eventually Tulo backed off from top main stairs, and that again was the reason they were able to get onto site. That top main stairs area where Tulo was playing, both times, he fell off the position, one time because he died, one time because the pressure was just too much, but both times, that was the point where Boolin just said, okay, just swing. Because the highway angles were opened. They'd opened some of the wall areas and the doorway was just free, where they found 1-2 onto the pool table players, and it just fell apart from there.
Yeah, it seems like they're losing ground too easily near site. They get control of office very easily. You know, maybe play someone below with a C4 or just something. Because they get control of that room so easily, and it just makes it easy for them to open up the walls. They need more roam presence closer to site. Like seeing, I think it was Paddy roaming so far away might not be the play necessarily, unless you're so confident that your late roam play is, you know, incredibly good. But with Nomad on the board, it just makes it quite difficult to pull off.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, the roam play wasn't even that big of an issue because the roamers got kills and then fell back to site. It really was, like you highlighted, them just letting off space on the map too easily. I'm looking at the stream delay now. You have the ace just walking in to top stairs onto the highway angle, contests the player behind bar. You can't have that. You at least have to have some sort of pressure, something from 90. And I really think to a certain degree that shows the impact the ban of Valkyrie is having, because a lot of the time those black eyes feed the info not necessarily away from site but close to site when they're going to make that move happen, when you need to be at the ready for a swing coming in. That not being on the board, no real intel play coming out just yet, that shows to me that Xhail, when they're on their defense, are kind of twitchy, antsy, they're paranoid, they don't know where these attacks are coming from, and that effect is being felt.
Yeah, you usually see a player behind a shield playing on those south stairs, and they've just not opted to use that strategy. And unfortunately, you can see that with Boolin droning it out, seeing, you know, there's no one there. We can just walk up, easy ground, and we next to site. And when you're that close, the chances of you just getting picks early in the round just goes up by that much more. And you know, maybe if you played like a reverse psychology of like, okay, take this, but I'm gonna roam downstairs and see for you. Like, but they didn't even have that part of it, so they just gave free real estate with no real challenge from Xhail's side.
Yeah, but looking to this round now, Xhail opting to go down below to kitchen area. Let's see what this can net for them. Yeah, it is kind of odd because usually that would be your tertiary site. It seems they have really prepped this one out. They're bringing out the cap can. They've extended up top with the Kona stations and the assistance of the mute jammers. The castle barricades down below will delay a push if it comes from that avenue, and indeed it looks like it is. The entire stack of Boolin making their way to laundry, and only really Minted trying to contest up top.
Mystic just... yes, no Xhail. Just gets that opening pick again on Tilo.
He's in Memorial, and well, it's not his death on the cards. Finds one, and he's already putting pressure onto the main bomb site. There's only one player left on site, and he is being pinched from 2 angles. His back is isolated, and he doesn't have anything he can do. The vertical is being played, yes, but they don't have avenues and angles to shut them down. They have control of the bomb site, but Danny coming from the side, shutting down the one player in Memorial might prove pivotal. He has opened up an avenue for a retake, but is that enough? He finds second. Oh, he's doing so much for his team. The main retake now coming from Memorial.
The important part, Mario still has this diffuser, and yes, there it is going down. Paddy and Danny just at the same position, like maybe just push from a different one, and now just that pick coming out. Danny 3v1, not looking good for Xhail here.
Yeah, or rather Boolin just said, screw it, let's rush. They weren't ready. 2 players on the site, that's not enough. They had them up top, but eventually when they tried to go for the retake, well, you see here what happened. Danny left alive. He's just going to run away and save his KD. There's really nothing you can do.
Yeah, I think this might be a good time for Xhail to take a tactile mount. Because something's clearly not working here. Something's not clicking in this team. So maybe, you know, just use the opportunity that you have and just take a 60-second breather. Get your mind straight. Just talk over what you can do. Because this Boolin team, they just going absolutely crazy. We just see Mystic. He's getting close to site way too quickly. And with that is putting Xhail under so much pressure.
If you could pull up, yeah, the scoreboard there. I just want to... Oh, we've got a timeout anyway. We can really see the scoreboard. But the kill disparity is... It hasn't shown in the rounds, but looking at the scoreboard, it is kind of felt. You've got Mystic on 5, Mario on 2, Divan on 4, Minted on 3. Sure, Area hasn't gotten a single kill, but that doesn't really matter because they're in the lead 3-0. Okay, my point being, look at Xhail. 2-1, 2-2-0. That just isn't enough kills over 3 rounds. When you are playing at this type of level, you just want to get those kills in. Most of these rounds where it's gone the way of Boolin, all of them, it's really just been a question of the first round, it wasn't that close. The second, it was, but the kill disparity to me shows Boolin just in the lead. They go for these quick and aggressive plays. They force the gunfights and they get the kills because of it. So Xhail, if I'm them, okay, this might sound contrarian, but I put more pressure onto Boolin. That's what Boolin is trying to do. They're trying to catch them off guard, but Xhail, if they can play a more proactive play style, we talked about the player top landing. If he can stick behind that shield longer, sure, he might be at kind of a disadvantage, but play that avenue for longer. Stay in your positions. Don't let up as easily. Put the pressure on Boolin and go, go, go. Maybe it can work. Let's see. They're going back to their prime bomb site, this time without a mirror.
Yeah, I was going to mention that no mirror on the board. I think it was swapped out by a Wamai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit of a change. Maybe that's what they talked about, saying, yeah, maybe saying, guys, the mirrors aren't working. It's maybe more of a problem than anything else. So let's just try Wamai. I haven't seen overly much utility being thrown, like flashbangs, grenades, and things like that. So, not too sure why a Wamai, maybe just a comfortable operator pick at this point because they are just losing their gunfights.
Yeah, it really might just be a comfort pick, but looking over at Boolin, strangely, we haven't seen a Thatcher. He's in play and we just have not seen him. Maybe that's because Cade was banned and it isn't as necessary, but still, just using those EMPs, throwing them out any way you want, and Boom bites the dust, goes the utility. That is important, but Divan on the TK onto Minted?
I don't know where he died outside.
So it was a TK?
Yeah. Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. And Tulo finding one top main stairs now. Divan is creeping up from the side. He might just be able to find it, but no. Paddy shuts him down with the C4. This is the Xhail we wanted to see.
Yeah, this is so much better from them. They're also holding better areas on this defense. Holdings directly below sight, on top of those stairs. They're doing a lot better on this round. A lot of the points that we actually mentioned before.
Biggest problem now for Boolin. This is still possible. Don't count them out. Definitely don't count them out. It's a 2v4. It's hard, but it's not impossible. Okay, what utility do they have? They have one nade left on Airy. Make that 0. You have Selmas on Mario to open up this main wall, but I believe the mute jammers are still stuck in place. If you can go on the overview perspective and just quickly see whether the mute jammers are actually there, that's going to make the biggest impact. Because if they can't get these walls open, indeed, they can't, they're going to have to funnel on through doorways. That's never what you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like Xhail, they just need to play time here, not over peak, because you have Mario and Eerie. These are guys that have, they will connect with your head if you give them that opportunity. So I feel like they must just play passive, just get around back. No need to be too aggressive now.
So in previous rounds, Mario playing here from Highway, where he just was the opener for most of these rounds. After he found a kill there, they were able to just collapse onto the bomb side. It seems they won't opt for that again. Skippy, though, knows of this. He has an inkling, a feeling that there's a player close to him. He finds one, he can't find the second. Airy to connect. The diffuser's dropped, yes, but looking down into a 1v3, even just the slightest of misplay means death. Equally, Xhail, they can't afford errors. They know Airy's potential. They know he can just shut them down at any single point. This is why they're playing safe. This is why they're holding in their positions. They aren't budging at all. The mute goes for a pot shot, goes for the peek. There's a second to follow, but he eventually finds the kill. I thought for a moment Iana was going to win that gunfight, but no. Xhail with their first round on the board.
Yeah, for a moment I thought no, surely not. If he connected on that play then, it was a 1v1, yeah, that would have put me on my nerves. I think the clock was running out anyways, but still, you don't want to go from a 3v1 to a 1v1. But at least now Xhail, they have a round back. It's 3-1. They must just carry on this momentum, work on the things that clearly worked now in this round, and just finish off this half 3-all if they can.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for. I mean, you highlighted before this game even started, usually Villa is a defensive-sided map. As a defensive team, your bare minimum is a 3-3 split. If they can clutch that up, get it to a 3-3 half, it's still doable for Xhail. But at this point, you know, it's really a bad omen for them.
It's interesting to see Not Shock so far. 0 for 4 with those stats we've seen before the game. So he's clearly, something's not really clicking there today for him. Maybe it's a bit too early in the day. These teams don't usually play at this time. Maybe Not Shock's just used to playing at late at night, but he's also playing more supporting ops, like mute. He's being played mute a lot, so not really going to expect him to get a lot of kills, but yeah, probably want more than 0.
Well, that's kind of almost a scary thing for Boolin, because you have these sleeper players. You know their potential, you know they can go big, they just haven't yet. And even though they haven't, Xhail have been coordinated, have been showing potential. Let's not discredit them at all. Xhail have been doing well. They've gotten these rounds to a point where it is very winnable for them. They just kind of fumble it at one point or another. Whereas Xhail, if their players can really start showing up, if you can have that coordination, that team play, but with moments of brilliance, with hero plays mixed in, that is a scary sight. Boolin now starting to attack from this master bedroom area. It's what you see time after time. The Thatcher EMP is being thrown out. The jam is gone. Now the wall will be opened.
Oh?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
this is going to be difficult.
yeah, so, okay, sadly though, he has used both impacts. I don't know whether Xhail has more that he can use. Indeed, he does. They still have 3 more impacts that they can use to trick this wall. And looking over at the hard breach utility, he only has 6 Hibana pellets left. All of the Selma breaching charges are gone.
Yeah, that wall is as open as it will get, and it's not really overly much here. Danny.
It's not even vaultable.
Yeah. Big kill there from Paddy, getting Devon off the board.
I mean, the Thatcher's already done his work, and now the nade trying to follow up. It's going to do damage, but again, the Kona station's just boosting them back up.
Oh, not shock.
Not shock with, and even come from the style, the knife. Oh, he is just driving that knife through their hearts left in the 3v5. The wall isn't opened. They can't vault. They are just able to hold on to a single doorway and be assured of their defense. Xhail, they are flying high at this point.
Yeah, they're doing great so far. They just need to keep this up. Don't throw bodies away. Just end this round off. And as I say that, Minton gets down. Mario gets a lot of damage. This is not looking good.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you said don't go for peaks, but when this is how they play out, maybe just do it. The last kill goes the way of Xhail, and that is 2 rounds stacked up for Xhail.
Yeah, great round there. This is looking a lot better for Xhail, just in general. They went from being on the back foot in the first 3 rounds to doing so well in these 2 rounds after their timeout, and that just shows what a tactical timeout can do, which is great to see this feature being implemented in the game now, where it's made easy for teams to call a timeout, and it's clearly working for Xhail. They did something. I don't know who talked in that tag timeout, but well done to him. He clearly steered his team in the right direction.
So, okay, just rewind it a bit. During the first half of this Xhail defense, we saw them go twice to Aviator Games and once to Kitchen and Dining, showing that that might be their second most preferred bomb site, where in the second half, the end of their defense, they went to AVG, to Trophy Statuary second, and now to Kitchen. So, in a sense, usually when a team is stuck going to Kitchen and Dining down below, you think, okay, they're not so sure about this bomb site because it is the 3rd in their rotation. They just don't like it as much. But for Xhail, they've already brought it out when not under pressure, with every one of the bomb sites opened up. So I think this is actually a very viable bomb site for them.
Yeah, they must just counter that early aggression from Boolin, and as soon as they can do that, and that's what they did in the past 2 rounds, the round just plays in their favor. I think as soon as the aggression pays off for Boolin, Xhail it's almost too much pressure for them to handle when these Boolin players just get that momentum early in the round.
So Boolin, taking it kind of slow, clearing out the map, establishing that no one is actually playing on that south side. The entirety of the defense stuck down below. Skippy, the only real roamer, lurking down below in the wine cellar. The previous time they went to Kitchen and Dining, they played an extended hold up top. Only left 2 players on the bomb site, and that proved to be their downfall. This time it seems they'd have learned from it, but how much? How much have they offered up? They said, okay, that top floor roam presence didn't work at all, but there's merit in it. You can't just leave it to be. Now, Boolin, they have complete control of the upstairs. They're going to start opening up these vertical angles, and they are going to start peppering these defenders of Xhail.
Boom. There we go. Almost timed that perfectly.
Yeah, so Airy falls, but a C4 kill to fight back. They still have another C4 on the side of Xhail, but really, again, Boolin, they are just in control of these verticals.
Was that a nuke or nitro? Yeah, that man went flying.
So we're in the bit of a lull period on the middle of this attack where they've taken control of the map and they've opened up the angles, and now they decide, what do we do with it? They see what they have. They think, what can we do? Well, they're still holding on to these verticals, but also they're pressuring on into Laundry. That is where the diffuser holder is coming from. They're opening up the hard wall from Laundry into main site. Danny, the only one really contesting that. If Divan can find a nice angle, shut him down, well, it's open for the taking. Mario might just be able to get this diffuser down, but observe if you can quickly go to Iana. She has rushed on in from Pantry, but she's already taken down. Boolin, they did so well to do their due diligence on the early round, but here they just threw caution to the wind. They tried to rush it, and it didn't work out. 20 seconds left. Stuck in a 2v4. They are stuck in Laundry. This is looking like Xhail taking it 3-3. Oh, they will try and barrel body after body. The shotgun finds one and it shuts down the second. That is Xhail finding the 3-3 half.
Not shock, just coming alive in these past 2 rounds. Sitting on 4 kills now, so 4 kills on the past 2 rounds. Really just getting his mojo back on that shotgun, and just like that, they brought 3 rounds back. Now, halftime, 3-all.
Yeah, 3-3. Perfect attacking defending split, and you know, as you're Boolin going over to your defense, if you ask most people, again, you highlighted it, Villa is a defensive side map. So 3-3 is an okay split, but still kind of giving the favor to Boolin. The only thing kind of counteracting that is the fact that Xhail now have taken 3 in a row. They're on a bit of a hot streak. Maybe Boolin aren't feeling themselves as much.
Yeah, I think that definitely would take the momentum out of their sails. I don't know if Boolin's the type of team where a tactical timeout will matter much. But if they can use it, they maybe should, especially if they lose this round, and they go behind and they lose 4 rounds in a row. That won't be ideal at all. Maybe just opt for that timeout. Work for Xhail, could work for them. But we see, yeah, different setup here from Boolin. Oh, Gary, please don't lag out. Or are you just stuck? No.
I think he might be lagging out. Okay, well, yeah, there he goes. I'm not too sure on the competitive ruling. If they ask for a rehost, we might be.
They have 15 seconds. It, but they need to leave within 15 seconds, which. No, that's not
okay. Well, they've requested a timeout, which tells me they're gonna wait for him to come back. This round will play out. Okay, so I believe that was the gem and the hologram. I've completely forgotten her name. Alibi that was lagged out. I think she placed out 1 or 2 of her Prisma mines, but always losing a player is not what you want to see. Xhail will make their way from the master bedroom angle. Now let's see how they decide to take this. Mystic is prepped and ready.
Oh, that was very close.
Yeah, takes a gander, doesn't net anything though, falls back off. Xhail now left free reign of master bedroom.
I don't think they were inside. I think he just conveniently there was a person on the opposite side of the wall when he shot the shots. I thought someone actually walked into closet when that happened. But now the drone work just coming out. They're gonna try and get Mystic here. Hopefully they saw him.
I'm sure Tulo's drone would have heard him, and he shoots out a drone, giving away his position. Now will fall back. Xhail, a minute 30 and they've got control of the entire north side of the map. This is where the main clear starts. Keep in mind though, it's been a 4v5 from the start. They have the manpower. Now they'll try and clear out either 90 or top landing, but keep in mind Mario is down below.
Yeah, they're gonna need to drone out Mario, and I don't think they have. I've not seen a drone go down there ever since he's been there, but great pick there from Skippy on Divan. It's a 3v5 now. This is going good for Xhail.
Yeah, they're just not ready for the weird angle coming out, and there's one player top main stairs. It's the Wamai, but the nade's being prepped. I think it might just find him, but oh, the smoke's being popped. The Malusi Banshee will give away his position as Mystic finds 1, finds 2. He shuts them all down. It's a triple kill to find. Boolin from the ashes will rise, and their chance that this round will come back. A quad kill. He's looking for the ace. Mystic, what are you doing? Just finish it off. Don't let the man bleed. Don't do it for show. Give him an ounce of respect. Looking for the ace. What has he snorted between these rounds?
Mystic got upset about something because he just absolutely went off. No, Minted! No! You took his ace!
Oh, come on. Minted, you know the rules.
Wow, but what a play. That is a highlight reel there for Mystic. For sure, that's going on Twitter. Without a doubt.
Oh my, okay, so even though the player lagged out, they take it, and well, he's back. I think he joined in. He probably was still on Discord, just joins back on the lobby, and he's like, so what did I miss? You know that meme of the house burning, the guy walking in with the pizza? What did I miss?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be he's gonna feel happy that his team got that round even though he lagged out. It's one of the worst feelings when you know, it's something completely out of your control, but you still feel bad for your team. But luckily they were able to win that round purely just based off of what Mystic pulled out there. That smoke just that smoke canister just absolutely destroyed Xhail. Even though it was their smoke. That Melusi Banshee, as soon as it went off, Mystic was like, okay, I'm shooting through the smoke. I need to land my shots here, and he just got 3 kills in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he just pulls the Stewie 2K, if anyone here is a CS fan, just walks through the smoke and shuts them down. You know, when Sense was introduced to the game, everyone was saying, well, just peek it. It's light, you can shoot through it. And I think that mentality has kind of found its way even through smokes, where he decides, okay, there's a smoke canister, maybe they are too confident in it. They don't think, okay, I'm just going to walk through it and shoot them. That's what he does, and he finds the ace off the back of it.
Wait, actually, I forgot. Did you give a prediction at the start of the game?
I did not. Ah, okay. Well, I would have given it to Boolin, and I still would give it to them at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm clinging on to mine. It could still get there.
You're holding on? You're thinking Xhail all the way?
I hope so.
I mean, it's definitely a tight game.
I hope at least it goes to overtime. I think whoever wins overtime deserves it. Even though you won't get the full points. So I think both these teams will want to gun for the full 3 points. Xhail already in the past won a game overtime, only gaining those 2 points. So if they can, they want those 3. But currently against Boolin, it's going to be a tough ask.
Well, you know, if there's anyone that hopes it's going to overtime, it's Levitate, because when any game during a group stage where points are on the line goes to overtime, it means the split of points is kind of equally distributed, where both teams get points, yes, but they're both kind of worse off. Both don't get the 3 points. They either get 1 or 2. Whereas Levitate, if they can keep this going, they're hoping this goes to overtime. They're hoping the points distribution works out, and that gives them a chance to take top spot.
Yeah, I think if there's one team that wants this to be overtime, it is Levitate. With any team winning here overtime, it'll just benefit them, especially if Levitate can take the W on these 2 teams. Because I think Levitate still needs to play Boolin and Xhail this weekend, so there's a lot of big games in Group A still coming.
A lot of big games and a lot of saber rattling, a lot of big gunfights still to come. They've been waving their sabers around saying, oh, we're around the corner, oh, we're gonna find that kill, but with 1 minute and 20 elapsed, nothing's happened just yet. We're all just waiting, debating when to make that move. Oh, they're so close to the bomb site, they're opening these angles, they're throwing the utility, surely the collapse has to come.
Yeah, they are just stacked outside the site, just trying to get some picks. But Tilo, yes, this is what you should do.
Oh, goes onto the rappel, finds one, but Paddy on the other side to connect. It doesn't even matter that the Zophia's on the window. They are picking them off, bite after bite. They're like they're a cake left in the oven for, left in the fridge for 2 days. They will just bite at bite and keep chipping away at this.
Oh, no.
Minted. Oh, down behind the trophy.
If he plays this well, this could work out so brilliantly. I don't think they don't know he's here. He's gonna play the
Feeling
time.
like a deja vu moment. Oh,
no!
They did it the last round, and the smoke again bites them in the butt. Xhail, you need to be more sure of these things.
Oh, what a play there. Playing the time so well and just getting those 2 crucial picks.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. So Boolin 5-3. We've seen Xhail mount a comeback. Can they do it again? because Boolin are 2 points away from taking this outright.
Yeah, that was they're in a tough position now. This is losing a round like that just kind of can mess with your mental. Hopefully that's not the case, and they can bounce back like they did after the first bit of this game when they went 3-0 down. But you know, the closer you get to that match point, it just gets more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, whether it be the physical, like, strenuous mounting of a comeback where, like, you're already wasted, like, you don't have energy to put into it, or whether it is just completely the mental game of being so down in the dumps that you just don't think you can claw back out of it. But I think Xhail can take this. Honestly, in my mind, Boolin is still winning this game, but I think Xhail might be showing us a thing of two before that time comes.
Yeah, I feel like Xhail, they're just making the smallest mistakes, and it is costing them so much. But that is credit to Boolin. They are taking every opportunity. When when they make a mistake, Boolin's there to capitalize on it, and that is just it shows their experience, I would say, in the scene, with these players playing in the comp scene for how long. It's like second nature just to capitalize on those mistakes, and I think that's showing today.
Well, even more than just capitalizing on mistakes, I don't say this a lot, but Boolin, they've not been making too many mistakes. When you think about it, there was the one team kill earlier on, but further than that, what was there that you can point towards and be like, oh, they should not have done this? Most of it has been clinical. Where Xhail, I feel like the same thing applies, but they've just had one or two big blunders. Both smoke plays, going for the plant and just being shredded to pieces. The C4 on the roof, but it's too late. He would have caught two. Now, when it will eventually detonate, he won't even find a single one.
Oh, that's even worse. They have a drone up there and they don't even know, but that's opening pick for Xhail on Minted. That's a big one for that team.
Oh, does some damage onto Danny, but that's just not enough.
Another C4 and no kill. So that's two C4s without netting any kills. That is not what they want.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost Minted, a big performer for their team, but they are making their way onto the bomb site. Surely, at some point, this has to go the way of Boolin, because they're losing men, yes, but they're taking so much in return. Now left in a 3v4, if there's one team that shines from below, it's Boolin. They can always claw things back. Airy has a C4 prepped and ready, but it seems there's no one really that C4 will even try to look for. Xhail is making his way over onto the C4.
Watch out, Xhail! Watch out!
No! No!
Oh no. He's in the firing line.
Oh, he has to die at some point, surely. I mean, Airy, he still has that C4. Surely at some point you're just like, might as well detonate it, because he's still on that. Now, though, they've made their way onto the site. The C4 is the diffuser's getting planted, but from the side finds one. Oh, it's just too low.
Wow, that went south very quickly for Xhail there. He gets one. Can he get two more? This is gonna be tight. He needs to win this for his team. They can't go 6-3 down. I don't think they'll be able to make another 3-round comeback. So he's gonna need to go big. But 12 seconds left. This is not looking good.
Yeah, it's really biting at anything he can find. He's trying to find the kills. He has the diffuser, but he knows he can't plant. And eventually Mario will shut him down. It's match point, and it is deja vu for Xhail because they've been down 3 rounds before. Can they do it again? Can they claw it to overtime? I just don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now. With that match point being in play, you know, that plays a massive factor in how you view this game in each round. You now know 0 room for mistakes. There's no leeway to throw another round. It's match point. You can't lose. You either bring this back or you don't. So for my prediction to come right, they're gonna need to win 5 rounds in a row. Yeah, I have a bit of a doubt on that one.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. It seems hard, but maybe if there's anyone that can do it, it's Xhail. Boolin have picked up the mirror. That's the only really big piece of adaptation that I can see from them. And, well, what do you say? What can you say? Boolin have just been showing one up on Xhail.
I must say one thing about Xhail, their kills are very well distributed between the players. Well, you can kind of say the same with Boolin, with Mystic just going big that one round. He's a bit on top, but it's a very even game in terms of kills this round. So that's kind of good to see. Everyone pulling as much weight as they can. But someone's gonna have to go massive in Xhail, or the whole team will have to go massive against a team like this.
We keep saying don't rely on star play. I feel if they can just kind of play 10% better, each individual player, and like have that accumulate into the team as a whole being like 20-30% better, that might just be enough. Because again, we highlight, Boolin have been playing well, yes, I'm going to give it to them, but Xhail have not been playing bad. They've just either had one or two big mistakes, or they were just losing it out in the final moments of the round. They've brought it to the point where it's down to just one thing swaying it. So Xhail, if you can just touch up on every single piece of your artwork, it might just sell as a masterpiece.
Actually, I want your opinion. Why would you pick Gridlock over Nomad?
Better gun? No, I don't know. I don't like Gridlock myself.
Yeah, I just very rarely see her actually being played. I always just see a Nomad being picked over Gridlock, so just quite interested to know why. I personally prefer Nomad's gun, to be honest, but I play on console.
If you're really metagaming, it makes more sound during your plant to cover it. That's the only thing I really use it for at times.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, okay, bring it back. Because there's only 1 minute 20 potentially away from Boolin taking this game outright. Xhail have taken 90 and they've taken most of this map, but strangely enough, they haven't taken Study. Though, as I say that, Not Shock shuts down Airy, playing from that very position. Now, they have a chance, the potential to enact a pincer movement onto this map's area. Though, they still have Mystic playing from Vault and Divan on the mirror window. Those are threats that you can't just leave be. You need to do something. 45 seconds left. Xhail, you need to decide what to do. You need to make your move.
That's a big kill.
Oh. Shuts down the mirror. One of the two players I highlighted. There falls the second. All of the pawns falling off the board. The king and the queen left. Minted with the C4. He won't even connect. Tries his best with the shotgun, but the first blast won't even connect. Shut down. The bone from the marrow. Is this where the comeback starts? Tries to claw back with the SMG-11, but it's Xhail with a near flawless round. This is what I highlighted with teamwork. 10-20% better. It amounts to this. The round, the comeback. Will it be?
That was, again, a lot better from Xhail. It's like you say, they just need that little edge, that little bit better to just execute how they want to. You know, the drone were coming out there, opening up those walls. They played the clock perfectly. It's yeah, it was just such a good round overall for Xhail, and hopefully they can just get 2 more rounds like this, just 2 more, just to push this to overtime.
Yeah, and just pushing it to overtime is enough for 1 point. Make it 2 if you want it in overtime. Though that is max Xhail can play for. They can't take a full 3 points anymore. And if we take a look at the group standings again, a maximum of 2 points to gain from this game, that's gonna be kind of a chip on their shoulder. That's gonna be the one thing that Levitate and both Boolin can use against them, because up until this point, both Levitate and Boolin haven't dropped a single potential point. Every point that's been up for grabs for them, they've gotten. They've won during regulation in every one of their games. That means they've gotten 3 points from every game. Whereas Xhail, they've won 1 in overtime before, and if they go to overtime now again, they are losing out on potential points, which really might bite them in the butt for later on during this group stage, because as we highlighted, you want to play for that top spot.
Yeah, it's the best position you want to put yourself in, and if you can get it, you really need to push for it. So here we see a full south push here from Xhail. We've seen this actually like almost every attacking round. Xhail, they push as a whole team. They maybe have one player that goes off and tries to get a different angle, but they're very united in their attacks. Here we just see Drono coming out, them seeing no roamers, so Skippy, he's just moving up.
Yeah, again, it's Xhail being kind of safe in what they're doing, but equally Boolin aren't being as proactive with their play. During the previous attacking and defending rounds, they have forced the issue. They've taken the fight to Xhail, whereas now Xhail are kind of left to their own devices, though not Shock won't have the Geminis any longer.
That is, Devon, that's the kill your team might have needed to win this round out. That's a big kill. That's not Shock off the board.
Yeah, Twitch chat has been talking about him costing previously with the team kill earlier, but, well, that's a big kill. At a point where you really need it. It's match point. Every kill matters. He finds one and he's still lurking down below. There's a Zofia that he might catch out if she's not ready for it.
Feet? Why is Tilo not scanning for feet?
Good question. I don't really know.
Oh!
No! What are you doing, my friend? That might just be what they need to push this, to win this during regulation. Not if Skippy has anything to say about it. Shuts Mystic down. Maybe a chance to get onto this bomb site, but really, again, Boolin have gotten 2 kills and they have been important. Do they have enough utility, enough manpower to force their issue to get onto that bomb site? Because you've got a Rooney Gates, you've got Wamai discs, you have got players with guns at the ready and waiting. Minted proves that, and that a million times over. Tulo and Danny, they need to force the issue. They need to go 30 seconds. They find a first, yes, but stuck behind an Aruni Gate, stuck behind a player that's just shutting them down. Danny in the 1v2, he has the diffuser. He might just be able to plant this because there is no angle for them to actually shut this down. But on the contrary, if you can bait this out, wait for the player to make his move. Mario from the side has made his way into bathroom, but Danny might just be able to clutch this. Now looking towards Mario because it is his to play. This was Boolin's game to win. It is theirs to lose at this point in time. Goes for the swing, shuts him down. That is Boolin taking it 7-4.
Ah, that was so close. He just finished the plant. If he got that swing off somehow, that would have been crazy. But well done there from the Gridlock. Really tried whatever he could to bring that back, but unfortunately Boolin getting some of those incredible picks. That one tap, oh my word, that was just brilliant.
Oh, Xhail came so close in so many rounds, but time after time Boolin just proving the better team. GG's to them and GG to Mystic as the top scorer. What a game.
That was a very entertaining game. I will say that.
Yeah.
I was entertained.
Quite a few Twitter highlight moments.
Yeah, there were some clips recorded there that'll make its way to the Twitter. So that was great to see, even though we didn't see overtime. You know, we saw both teams putting up a really big fight. That comeback from Xhail really, it was something something big for them as a team. I think they can gain a lot of confidence back, but unfortunately they just couldn't follow up when they were on attack. The Boolin team in general, like you said, they barely made any mistakes. They were just so united and well coordinated as a team, and that just made it so difficult for Xhail to get those gaps. But whenever they just had that slight edge, they really showed their quality.
Yeah, so Xhail, they take the loss, their first in this tournament. Boolin keep their winning streak going. Just before we end this off, just to contextualize for anyone that maybe joined late, that doesn't know what's happening here in the SSA Super Series. I don't know why you wouldn't know, but this is Xhail's first loss, but they are still locked for playoffs. I don't think there's any way these points work out where they don't make top 4. So it's a loss, yes, and it's gonna affect their standing, but they are still locked for playoffs. So it's not that big of a hit, but they would have wanted the win today.
Yeah, it's something. Well, these teams basically played for that first spot. I think the top three will be between Boolin, Xhail, and Levitate. I think those will be the top three, and they'll be pretty close. And then I'm predicting fourth. Let me just make sure I get the right name. um, Come on, website. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm predicting fourth to be 2K.
Yeah,
With
it's
their
most probably going to be them.
with their win over V drop,
Well,
it's
V
putting
drop
V.
can still.
Yeah, they can if 2K slips up somewhere because
Yeah.
with 2K beating V drop, it puts them in it put them in a very bad situation. So 2K I think will secure that fourth spot this weekend. But they'll leave them in a difficult situation because they are fourth, so they will play Nixa in their playoff match, which is obviously we all know Nixa, they are a very good team, so that's going to be difficult. So
Is, well, is Nixa locked for first place? Because, oh, yeah.
yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, we'll address that in this weekend. But yeah, Nixa is first, and then not too sure. We're still gonna see how the rest of Group B plays out. That's still pretty tight. Unfortunately, we saw
Mm.
some teams having to drop out due to personal reasons. So we could have seen Taken in there, but unfortunately didn't make it the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Memphis. No, I think they're too far away. I think Lacker might be able to actually slip in there, which is actually really cool to see
Oh,
Lacker.
is Laka gonna pull it?
That
That
would
would be an
be.
amazing
I
upset.
I would love to see that. I would back that. But I'm just waiting to see if these players are keen for an interview. Haven't heard anything back yet. We'll give it like a minute if they haven't said anything.
Yeah.
But I think we might actually stream Boolin again today at 7. They playing. I think they're playing 2K actually at 7. So it's also
Yeah.
pretty important game for them. For 2K. No, they're not playing 2K. What I'm saying. No, they are. I'm getting so
No.
confused with these groups. They are playing 2K. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. But as I say that, we have Divan ready
Oh,
for interview. I'll
oh,
drag him in.
he's. Hello there, my good sir.
Hello.
Is he okay? I'm just gonna turn him up. All do is his audio good on your side?
I think so.
Okay. Divan?
Hello.
He's really soft on my side.
You can keep on speaking. I'll just well yeah, you can put on max volume and then we can just
Yeah, I'm on 200% and I can
Oh.
barely hear him.
Hello. Can you guys hear me
Oh, there we
now?
go, there we go. Okay, I can hear him.
Alright.
Sorry, Divan.
Noise.
Okay, so just giving a brief overview of that game, there was a time during the mid phase of that game where XL took down 3 rounds in a row from you guys. Were you confident throughout? Was this your team just kind of having a bit of a lull period, or were you guys just confident from the beginning to the end of this game?
I think it's just something that happens naturally when you're 3 rounds up and you're feeling confident, and then next thing you know, they're 3 rounds back again because a bit overconfident maybe, and decision making isn't at its best. But I still think that with 3 rounds on the board on attack Villa, we were still pretty confident that we can pull it out on the defense. So yeah, I don't think we were really worried throughout the attacking phase.
Okay, and just talking about the ban phase quick, it was quite an interesting one. Usually you just expect a Thatcher ban, maybe joining by a Jackal, if that's what my silver play is to say, but this game ended up with a Fenka, Lion, Valkyrie, and Cade ban. I don't think I've ever seen that combo, especially on the attacking side. Just talk me through your guys' mindset on both the Lion and the Valkyrie ban.
Initially, we wanted to just ban Lion because we know they like using Lion to coordinate their attacks. And so we were kind of just expecting them to ban Thatcher because they were defending first. But so when they didn't ban the Thatcher, it was like kind of handed to us on a silver platter. So we just made the best use of the Thatcher. And as for Finka, I think Finka is pretty good in the meta. And Valkyrie, they just very confident players on the defensive side. They'll just re-peek, and so yeah. And as for the Cade, I'm not too sure why they banned the Cade, seeing as the Thatcher was up. So I think they maybe could have banned something other than the Cade. But it was a interesting ban phase, a bit different, so it's nice.
Yeah, it's always refreshing to see these types of things come out and different scenarios actually play out. But I just want to quickly highlight your attacking stage of this game. It seemed like, for the first half at least, you were able to just shut down Xhail at every chance possible. You took map control so easily, you won gunfights out on the whim. Talk me through those first 3 rounds. What were the team comms like, and just how were you able to work so well together as a team?
It's all just in combination with the Thatcher being available. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when I realized we have Thatcher, like it's not even necessary to contest him on the other side of the map. You don't even have to fight for map control. So, because usually you waste about 2 minutes just fighting for map control. So, and their top main hold wasn't as strong as we thought it would be. So, and they didn't really even contest study other than the guy on the door just quick peeking it. So.
Yeah, you guys walked onto highway like
Yeah,
3 times.
Yeah, I mean, we can literally just make use of the information we have on hand, because just having a guy behind a drone and, you know, trading out, and it just makes it much simpler if you have Thatcher on the board. So calling the rounds is pretty simple.
So you guys were in control on the attack during rounds where you had the advantage, but on your defense, it seemed like Xhail were confident, had a footing in a lot of these rounds, but it kind of came down to catfights during the last few moments. Talk me through those moments, because I really like it when a team can prove to us that they are really good in the first phase and the droning, whatever it may be on the attacking side, but also just those clutch moments on the defense. We've seen you guys time after time, the individual plays, but this time really it seemed like you were just consistently relying on those star plays. Is that something you're looking for going forward from your team?
I mean, yeah, I think our whole team is filled with people who are confident in clutch situations. So I don't think even if it's a 1v5, 2v5, 3v5, you know, you're never out of the round. So because there's always a way you can try and make a play if you have a man disadvantage. And luckily enough, we scrape through the rounds just by running the clock down and forcing them to have to go for the plant, and we can just hold crossfires and communicate clearly, and just makes it really easy to do the defense rounds.
Well, yeah, off the defense, the last few moments you guys take the win, really deserved. You showed to us throughout most of that game that you came out on top, and really GG's all around, well deserved. Aldu, do you have any final closing thoughts before we head off to this one?
I think you covered all the questions very well there. I would probably say one thing myself and Kanye noticed was it seemed like from our perspective you guys were making very little mistakes, and it looked very difficult for Xhail to kind of contribute on anything. Did that feel the same to you guys? Did you guys feel like you put up a solid performance today?
I mean, I would say it's a pretty decent one, considering that myself, I don't even play the game anymore really, so just hopping in and calling the rounds. I'd say there's a lot of underlying mistakes maybe that the stream can't see, but like nothing too crucial, like over peaking and throwing rounds away, and just decision making was pretty good today, so I can't complain.
Well,
Okay.
hope you best for the future. I believe you're also kind of locked for the playoff stage, so best of luck and well done on your win today.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for the cast.
Cheers.
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 Yeah, always a great interview talking to one of the Boolin players. Aldu, what a game we witnessed here.
Yeah, I must say I enjoyed that game. I think it was fun. We saw two big teams go at each other, and you can see there is a bit of a difference when you see these type of teams go against each other. Like we mentioned, it from our perspective, it looked like both teams made so little mistakes, and if they did, it was small. Something that, you know, yeah, it's something small, and not it looks good from our perspective. These two teams going at each other. I wish it was little bit closer. Wish it went to overtime. I think Elevitate also probably wished it went to overtime. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a great game.
Yeah, so I believe there's going to be a stream later today. I can't make that one, but Aldu, I believe you're taking that one solo.
We'll see. I'll hopefully I can get someone to help out. It's going to be quite interesting if I have to do that one alone. But we have to bring those streams to you guys this weekend. It's a very influential weekend, so we bring it to your screens, and hopefully we see Boolin again against 2K. Hopefully that's also quite an exciting game. But I think for now that pretty much covers everything, and we hope to see you guys at 7 again.
Yeah, keep up to the socials. You'll see the game, and thank you for joining.
Cheers, everyone.